scary.
Your father's here to pick you up. I have a friend. I will call her Okun. She told me this creepy tale about something that happened when she was in elementary school. This is in her words. One day, I was waiting in the classroom for recess to finish when my usually cold homeroom teacher came over to me. He had a strange expression on his face. Okun, I want you to listen to me very carefully. Your mother fainted at work, so I want you to gather your things and go to the teacher's room. Shocked, I grabbed my bag and whatever else I could and went to the teacher's room. The principal was there. In a pleasant voice, he said, your father has just gone to the toilet. You can go to the hospital together in a moment. The principal seemed agitated and kept looking at his watch. Sir, I had to tell him, I don't have a father. It was just me and my mother. The school went into a panic. Even now, we still don't know who the man was. I think back and wonder what would have happened if I'd actually gone with this guy. Who was he? What was his intention? Gives me the shudders just thinking about it. Who is that girl covered in blood? This is a scary story that happened to me the day before yesterday. It's probably not that scary to you guys, but it's the first time I've had such a ghostly experience. So I'm gonna post about it. In fact, I'm still so shaken that I haven't even been able to return to work since. My company is located in an 8th floor office building, where each floor houses a different company. This story involves me, my company being on the 4th floor, K-san, whose real estate company is on the 1st floor, and F-san, whose law office is on the 5th floor. The day before yesterday, around 10 PM, I went to the break room during my overtime for a cigarette. The smoking area is located on the roof. When I got there, I saw F-san from the law firm. He was already there. Every time I saw him there, we'd say hi and stop for a chat. But for some reason, this time, when I said hi to him, he just slightly nodded his head and glared at me. What's wrong? I thought. I figured maybe he just didn't want to chat to me today and left him alone. But the whole time I was there, he glared at me. We were standing about 5 or 6 meters apart. Had I done something to offend him? I tried to recall all the things we'd spoken about recently, but couldn't come up with anything. Well, maybe I should actually say something to him. I looked at him, and he was still staring with a terrified look on his face. I thought better of talking to him, and then stubbed out my cigarette when suddenly F-san came running towards me, yelling, "What happened to those two just now?" I had no idea what he was saying. I just stood there shocked. "I'm sorry? What happened to those two just now?" F-san yelled at me again. "Those two?" "The girl and K-san, standing right beside you." "What? K-san? From the real estate on the 1st floor?" "Huh?" K-san worked in the real estate on the 1st floor, and while he didn't smoke, he occasionally came up to the rooftop for a chat. Myself, K-san and F-san had numerous chats together up there. K-san was next to you with the with a girl just now, right? Efsan was so worked up, I had no idea what he was saying. The two of them were just there. You didn't see them? Are you trying to fool me again? I'm not joking. Both Keisan and the woman were covered in blood. Suddenly my ears started ringing. You mean Keisan from real estate, right? Yes. Who was that woman? Once Efsan calmed down, I asked him about what happened. Apparently he saw Keisan from the first floor standing next to me with a woman, and both of their faces were covered in blood. They entered the rooftop right behind me, and the woman kept looking at my face over and over while whispering something to Keisan. Finally, the two of them walked away to the rooftop entrance and went down the stairs, disappearing from sight. It takes about 3 to 5 minutes to smoke a single cigarette, so it all took place in that time. Efsan said the moment they came out, his body went stiff and he couldn't move. Efsan's face turned pale and he couldn't stand anymore. Even as I was talking to him, I started to feel sick too. We agreed that what just happened to us was some sort of unexplainable phenomenon. I carried Efsan back to his office on the 5th floor. We called his wife and she came up to pick him up. By the time she arrived, he had calmed down a little. I wonder if Keisan is okay, he said. Hang on a second, I said, and went down to the real estate on the 1st floor. It was closed. I went back to my office on the 4th floor and pulled out my folder full of business cards. I hadn't exchanged cards with Keisan before, but 2 years ago I did get the card of the owner of the real estate. His branch and telephone number were printed on the card. I called him right away. Hello. Sorry for calling so late at night. This is S from O on the 5th floor. Sorry to ask so out of the blue, but do you have the contact details of Keisan by any chance? The branch manager refused to tell me due to confidentiality laws, so I asked if he could get him to contact me instead. I returned to the 5th floor and explained to Efsan what was going on. I went home and was able to sleep until morning. I kept waiting for Keisan to call, but he never did. I took the next day off work, explaining what was going on, and called the real estate owner over and over until I got through. It was around 9:30 when I got through, but Keisan wasn't yet at work. They didn't open till 10, so I called back then, but Keisan was apparently already out on business, so he was not in the building, but he had gone to work. I called back in the evening and the branch manager said Kay's been working very hard today. I called so many times that just after lunch today, Keisan called me back. He was a little on edge because I was acting like a stalker, but he said that he was fine. I'd called so many times that it had become quite the problem for him. I thought Keisan would find me even more creepy if I told him about what happened the other night, so I decided not to. But at least I confirmed that he was okay. Nothing had happened to him, so I was relieved. I got a call from Efsan yesterday. He also took the day off work and was laid up in bed. I told him that Keisan was fine and at work, and he was relieved. He said that he'd be back to work today, but the smoking room freaked him out now, so he would just smoke in the office instead. He laughed. Efsan said that if Keisan was fine, then it would probably be better if we didn't tell him what happened the other night, and I agreed. I'm still scared, but I plan to go back to work tomorrow. And it wasn't like I directly saw whatever that strange thing was, so there's no reason for me to be so freaked out. Maybe I was just scared of seeing Efsan like that. I never directly saw any ghosts, so there's not much more I can say about it, but something strange definitely happened that night. Thank you very much for watching, and for those who've subscribed, I also thank you very much. Any support is much appreciated. I hope that I can continue to provide you with some useful entertainment and also some information you can learn from. Did you enjoy that? If you did, if you haven't already, please like and subscribe and hit the notifications icon so you can see when I've done another video. And
I want you to tell all your friends about me.
until next time, I am Sir Shudder. See you soon. Be safe, be cool.